Hello and welcome to another one of my videos. Do you remember that old Collatz Conjecture project that we made some time ago? Well, today we're going to be making it again, but this time it will be able to plot or graph the data into a graph. Yeah. And this uses Matplotlib. You can install it using the pip command in your command line. So, for example, it says here, pick a number to start the Collatz Conjecture. I'm gonna put something like 27 because I know that that has a very long sequence. So it starts iterating, and here is the graph, and it prints all the data here on the entire array. See, 112 iterations, and then we can zoom in and move around. This is what Matplotlib does. This is actually pretty easy. All we have to do is take the same code from the old project and add the Matplotlib twist to it. Wait, did I just close it? Okay, it doesn't matter. Anyways, all we have to do is make a new file untitled. We're gonna put import matplotlib.pyplot as plt, which is like an abbreviation of plot. Then we import numpy. Is that how you pronounce it? Is it numpy or numpy? As np. Everything helps us not have to type as the same thing like many times. This is longer. Such as C++, for example, in C++ you can do like using namespace C, but I don't want to get off topic. So then we start by making a new variable called initial value. Then we do integer to make the input that the user inputs into an integer, because usually Python turns that into a string by default, and I don't like that. They should probably add a feature to like detect whether it's a string or an integer or floating point. But anyways, pick a number to start the Collatz Conjecture. Then we add a new line, so just so that the text is like the bottom. Oops, I forgot to add the quotation mark. Then we add these two parentheses to end it. Now, what we have to do is make another variable called iteration and set it to 1. Then xData, make a new list or array, whatever you want to call it, and just make it empty for now. Then the same, but for ydata, and do the same thing. Now ydata.append, we're gonna add a new value to the thing, and it's going to be the initial value. Jesus, I can't spell. Data.append for the x one, which is going to be the iteration. Since, for example, if you remember, if you saw the graph first, when we do it, we're going to make the graph. See, the x, which is the horizontal dimension, is this iteration. The vertical, which is the y, is the value. And you can see here the names, the labels. We're gonna add all that stuff too. So now we can just close this, and then we're gonna have to make a new variable called current value. This is going to make the actual current value, so we can add it to the list while the program is running, and it's making the calculations with 3x plus 1, like the dividing by 2 and multiplying 3 by 3 and adding 1. And we're going to set it to initial value. I spelled it right, okay. Then we're going to make an if current value is less than 1. Said we don't really need this. This is what we used in the other video, but I don't think we need it this time because we're just going to print number cannot be negative and exit. We can also do this with a try block, but that's gonna be for a later video where I'm gonna explain what a try block is with stuff like try, except, else, and the other one I forgot. But anyways, if then else. Oh yeah, we don't need this part either. I kinda just copied the code from the last video and that made the changes with. Okay, so while current value is greater than 1, then we wait, what? Oh yeah, if current value mod 2, this helps check if this is even, and if it equals 0, then we can divide it by 2. However, if it's not even, which means it's odd, we're going to multiply it by 3. I should probably name this variable shorter, but it doesn't matter. Then, oops, I read that wrong. We're gonna add 1. Then, after that's done, we're done calculating. We're just going to add 1 to the iteration and do the same thing we did here. We're gonna put it over here, except the indentation's wrong. What? The indentation's broken. That's what I'm gonna say. Wonderful. So this is fine. Oh wait, I just realized I didn't put the underscore in this, which wouldn't work. So now we just change the initial value with the current value, and that's it. Then we just print. We're going to print the result is string round current value plus in iteration string iteration. I should probably maximize it. That's better. There we go. Now we can get to the actual plotting, but oops, wait, yeah. We're gonna go back to the main thing. So it says done with generating data. It doesn't have to be generating. I just put it there because I didn't know what to put. You could probably just put something like done. Then values will be printed. Then plotted on a graph. So then all we need to do is print the 2 lists that we made. So we're gonna print not quotation marks because it's not a string. So we're going to print, we'll make an F string X-ray, and then we just put the X data, and then new line. If it's something like 27, like I showed at the beginning, it's going to be kind of long, but I don't think it's going to be enough to crash your computer or whatever. Then we do the same thing again, but we change it to Y, like that. Then we just need to type this: fig x equals subplots. Then we're going to plot it. X data, we're gonna put this for the X part, so this is what is going to plot on the X horizontal line or dimension of the graph. Then, since you know, I'm putting the X data first, because as you know, X goes first and then Y. That way you can set it to whatever color you want, but since my favorite color is green and it's literally the name of the channel, green cube, I'm just gonna put a green like this. And then you don't have to put a marker, but I like putting the marker so it doesn't look like just one line or whatever, or at least we can clearly see where it is. So marker, and you can put a lot of things such as a star. This is a star. It doesn't look like it kind of does look like a star, but in the program it's gonna look like an actual star. There's way more, but I'm just gonna put a circle on it, like I showed in the beginning. Then we're just gonna do another line. This part is for the labels, so we can actually set like what we want it to say. So at the bottom, in the horizontal dimension, it said iterations, and the vertical one said just values. At the top, it said the Collatz Conjecture thing. So we're gonna type that right here. Equal label equal iteration, like this, and then Y label. Why did I put a space? Y label equals value, like this. Then the title will equal something like the Collatz Conjecture graph or plot or something else you want to name it. Then this, then figures dot save Collatz. Why didn't I type a string like Collatz plot dot png? This is to show the actual thing so we can actually see it. Then we're just gonna have to save it. So yeah, that's it. So now we are done, unless I typed something wrong and this is an error. So as we can see here, we can try any number, like this long number. Oh, I actually did forget something. It works just as intended, I guess. But as you see here, there is no separation between iteration and the actual iteration number. So we can fix that by, where is it? Where did I put that? The print, oh yeah, here. We can just put a space right there, and that's literally it. You can also put a colon, but I'm not gonna do that. So now it should work. Just do 27 again. 112, and it works just fine. So that's the end of the video. that's it. So don't forget to subscribe and keep coding. By the way, does anyone know how to change it to dark mode? This idle app, because this is straining my eyes. I don't like